My child, stop everything you are doing right now. Do not scroll past this message. Do not hand your phone to someone else. Do not minimize this video and tell yourself you will come back to it later. There is no later. There is only this moment. Heaven has interrupted your scroll for a reason. And what I am about to reveal to you is the kind of warning a father gives his daughter when he sees something her own eyes cannot yet see. Sit down if you are standing. Breathe if you have been holding your breath. Place your hand over your chest. I am about to speak to you about a man, and I need every part of you listening, not just your ears. There is a man in your life right now, or one approaching the edges of it, who is not what he appears to be. I am not telling you this to break your heart. I am telling you this to spare it. Heaven held back this message until your spirit was strong enough to hear it without falling apart. You have grown so much in the last several months that I trust you now to receive a hard truth and not collapse under it. So receive it the way a wise daughter receives correction from a loving father, with the chest open and the pride set down for a moment. Last night, while you were sleeping, a meeting was held in the heavenly realm concerning your life. I want you to picture it the way I am about to describe it. There is a courtroom in the spirit, higher than any room you have ever stood in, where every name connected to your destiny is reviewed. Some names are written in books that release blessing the moment they are read. Other names are written in scrolls that must be examined carefully, because they carry both opportunity and danger. Last night, a name came up that I want you to be very still about. The name of a man. The name of the man whose face just flashed across your mind as I spoke. Yes, my child, the very face that just appeared. Do not argue with it. Do not say, oh, that is just my imagination. Imagination did not put that face in your mind. I did. Type amen in the comments right now if a face has already come to you. Heaven is watching the comment section tonight, and your amen is your way of saying to me, I receive what you are about to show me, even if it cost me something I thought I wanted. This man, the one whose face just rose in your spirit, was the subject of a serious discussion in that heavenly courtroom. There was an accuser there, an old enemy of your bloodline, who has been trying for years to delay the destiny I wrote for you. This accuser argued that you were almost ready, almost healed, almost free of the patterns that hurt you in the past, and so he had to act quickly. He had to find a way to slow you down. And what is the oldest, most reliable way to slow down a woman like you? It is to send a man into her path, not a violent man. Not a man with obvious darkness on his face. That kind of warning would have been easy for you to read. The accuser is more cunning than that. He chose someone charming, someone attentive, someone who would seem, on the surface, like an answered prayer. He chose a man whose words would sound like the right words at the right moment, but whose heart would not be aligned with the future I have been preparing for you. The accuser presented this man's name in heaven last night and said, this one will be enough. This one will distract her. This one will pull her energy. This one will make her doubt her instincts. This one will keep her busy long enough for the season she was supposed to step into to pass her by. But what the accuser did not know is that I have been listening to your prayers for years. I have heard every whispered request for protection. I have catalogued every tear you cried over the wrong men in your past. I have kept a record of every night you stood in the kitchen alone and asked me, Father, please do not let me make the same mistake again. I told you I would not. I gave you my word and I do not break my word, so when his name came up in that courtroom, I did not hesitate. I dispatched Archangel Michael at the same moment. Type I hear you, Father, in the comments if you can feel that this is real. Type it slowly. Type it like a daughter who has finally stopped pretending she did not already feel this in her chest weeks ago. Michael is now standing between you and this man. I want you to picture this clearly because I want it sealed in your imagination tonight. Picture a tall figure in burnished armor, sword drawn, eyes like quiet fire, standing in the unseen space between your life and his presence. Whenever he reaches for you, whenever his message lights up your phone, whenever his face appears in a place you did not expect, Michael's blade lifts. The words he tries to send into your spirit are intercepted before they reach the soft places I am still healing inside you. The seduction in his voice cannot land. The flattery cannot stick. The familiar tug he wants you to feel, that strange pull that has confused you for weeks, will begin to weaken now, because Michael has been given an assignment by name. You have been wondering why your feelings about this man have been so inconsistent. One moment you feel drawn, the next moment you feel a strange unease you cannot explain. One day you tell yourself, he is wonderful, he listens, he says the right things. The next day something inside you tightens when his name appears on your screen. That tightening is not anxiety, my child. That is your spirit recognizing what your mind has been talking itself out of. That is the part of you that is connected to me, refusing to be fooled by his surface. Trust the tightening. Stop arguing with the tightening. The tightening is your inheritance speaking. The tightening is years of my spirit, teaching your spirit how to read what other women miss. He is not entirely wicked. I want to be clear about that because some of you will try to weaponize this message and turn it into hatred for him. That is not what I am doing. He is a wounded man. He has not faced his own brokenness, honestly. He has not done the deep work of letting himself be known by me. He moves through the world looking for a soft place to land, and he has noticed something soft and beautiful in you. Something he wants to draw from without paying the price of being honest about who he is. That is the issue. My child, he is not a monster. He is a thief by accident. He does not realize he is taking. He calls it love, but love that takes from a healing woman to soothe. An unhealed man is not love. It is borrowing without permission. It is a kind of theft that smiles while it is happening. You have already lived through enough of that kind of love. You have already given more than you received more than once, to men who promised everything and stayed only as long as you were useful. I refuse to let you walk into another season of the same pattern. That is why I am speaking now before the bond grows roots. A bond can be uprooted easily in the first months. After that, it becomes a wrestling match with your own emotions, and you have wrestled enough. Type Michael stand between us in the comments right now. Speak it, type it, mean it. Every keystroke a stake driven into the ground around your heart. Heaven is using your typing as a weapon tonight. My child, do not underestimate the power of a daughter agreeing with her father in front of the angels. Now I want to tell you what is going to happen in the next 21 days, because I want you to have the receipts. I want you to be able to look back at this video 3 weeks from now and know that I was real, that I was speaking, that I was already moving on your behalf before you understood what was happening. In the next 21 days, this man will reveal himself in 3 ways. First, his words will start to contradict each other. He will tell you something on Tuesday that does not match what he said on Friday. He will not realize he has done it, because liars who have been lying for years lose track of which version of the story they are in. You will notice. You will not say anything out loud. You will simply watch, and your spirit will catalogue. That is your discernment doing its job. Second, you will see him in a moment when he does not know you are watching. Maybe through someone else, maybe through a piece of information that arrives unexpectedly, maybe through a side of him that slips out under pressure. In that moment you will see his real face, the face he hides from you when he is being charming. It will not be dramatic. It will not be a movie scene. It will be small, a snap of impatience, a cruel sentence about someone else, a way he treats a stranger when he thinks no one important is looking. That small moment will tell you everything. Trust the small moment. Do not explain it away. Do not say, oh, he was just having a hard day. Small moments are how character speaks. Third, you will feel a peace lift off you when you have not spoken to him for a few days. The fog will clear, your sleep will deepen, your skin will look better, your prayers will become easier. That return of peace is my evidence. That is heaven's way of showing you what his presence had been quietly costing you. You did not realize you were paying a price because the price was being deducted in small increments. The way a slow leak empties a tire. When the leak stops, you will feel the difference. Type by blocking in Jesus' name in the comments if you are willing to act on what you see. You do not have to confront him. You do not have to send a long message explaining your reasons. You do not owe him a closing speech. You can simply step back, become unavailable, and let the silence finish what my spirit started. Silence is a holy weapon when it is used by a daughter who has finally listened to her father. Now hear me, my child, because I want to say something tender before we go further. I know why this is hard. I know what part of you was hoping he was the answer. I know the lonely Tuesday nights you have spent wondering if anyone was being prepared for you at all. I know the small fear that whispers, what if this is the last chance? What if I am being too picky? What if I am the problem? Hear me. Those whispers are not from me. I never speak to my daughters in that voice. The voice that tells you to settle for less than what I have promised is the voice of the same accuser who tried to use this man against you in the courtroom last night. He has two strategies. The first is to send the wrong man to distract you. The second, when that fails, is to convince you that the wrong man was your only chance, so you crawl back to him in fear. I am closing both doors tonight. Heaven has not run out of good men, my child. The earth has not been emptied of decent hearts. The world is loud, and the voices that mock God are louder than the voices that still walk with him. But the men I am preparing for my daughters have not gone extinct. They are quieter now. They are doing their healing in private. They are working on themselves in rooms you cannot yet see. When the time is right, I will move them, and I will move you. And the meeting will not require you to lower your standards or silence your discernment. It will require you to recognize peace when peace finally walks into the room. That is all before I continue. I want to invite you into something. The work I am doing through this channel is reaching daughters all over the world tonight. Women who have been silently praying for a warning like this. Women who almost said yes to the wrong man last week. Women who are crying as they hear this and do not fully understand why. If your spirit is being stirred, if the message is landing, you can sow a seed into this ministry through the link in the description or the pinned comment. You can buy a coffee, become a member, or simply leave a small offering as an act of faith. This is not a transaction. It is alignment. The Bible says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, running over." When you sow into the deliverance of another woman, deliverance flows back to you. When you sow into the protection of another daughter, my hand of protection rests heavier on your home. If your spirit says yes, do not delay, sow your seed tonight. Name your situation over that seed and watch what I do. If your spirit says not yet, that is also fine. Stay in this message, pray with me. Both responses honor heaven. Now back to what I was saying about him, because I am not finished revealing his pattern. You may have noticed that he has a way of making conversations about himself, even when they start about you. You will share something tender, something vulnerable, something from a deep place. And within a few minutes, the conversation has somehow turned into a discussion of his life, his struggles, his ex, his mother, his job, his stress. He does this without realizing he is doing it. He has trained himself to redirect attention back to himself, because attention is what he runs on. He needs your attention the way some people need caffeine, and he has chosen you because your attention is high quality. You actually listen. You actually care. You actually remember what someone told you weeks ago. That kind of listening is rare in this generation, and wounded men can sense it from a long way off, the way a thirsty animal smells water. But your attention is not a public well, my child. Your attention is a private spring that I dug inside you for the man I am preparing. Stop letting him drink for free. Every hour you give him is an hour the right man will eventually have to compete with. Every emotional resource you spend on him is a resource that will not be there when peace finally arrives at your door. Be honest with yourself about how much of your inner life he has been quietly consuming. You have also noticed that he becomes most attentive when he senses you pulling away. The moment your responses get shorter, his messages get longer. The moment you go silent for a day, suddenly he is available. Suddenly he is interested. Suddenly he remembers something he meant to tell you. That is not love. That is fear of losing access to a resource. A man who actually loves a woman shows up consistently, whether she is leaning in or leaning out. He does not need her absence to remember her presence. Remember that pattern. Watch for it. He will perform it again in the coming weeks when he feels you slipping away. Type "I choose peace" in the comments if you are tired of being someone's mood regulator. Type it as a vow. You are not a vending machine of attention. You are a daughter of the living God, and your time was bought with a price. There is something else I want to expose. He has spoken about you to other people in ways you would not be comfortable with. I am not going to give you details because the details would only hurt you and tempt you to investigate. Investigating would pull you back into his orbit, and the assignment of this message is to pull you out of his orbit. So leave the details where they are. Just trust me when I say what he has said about you behind your back does not honor you the way his words to your face suggest. There is a gap between his public version of how he feels about you and the version he carries privately. That gap is everything. That gap is the whole truth of who he is. The version he gives you is the marketing. The version he gives others is the product. I want you to start trusting the gap, even when you cannot see it directly. Your spirit has been picking up on the gap for weeks. That uneasy feeling after certain conversations, the strange flatness that lingers, even after he has said something nice. The way you feel slightly less like yourself when you spend time with him. Those are all readings of the gap. Your discernment is not broken. Your discernment is excellent. You have just been overriding it because you wanted to believe. Stop overriding it. Now let me speak to the spiritual warfare layer, because there is one and you deserve to know. There is an old assignment on your bloodline that has been trying to attach itself to your romantic life for years. You may have noticed a pattern, the kind of pattern your mother had, or your aunt had, or your grandmother had. Women in your line who gave their hearts to men who could not match them. Women who became smaller in their relationships in order to keep the peace. Women who poured themselves into men who were not pouring back. That pattern has a name in the spirit, and I am not going to repeat the name because I do not give airtime to what I am about to break. But the pattern is real, and the assignment was real, and it has been reaching toward you with one hand for years. This man is the latest hand. He is not the hand itself. He is just the most recent face the assignment has tried to use. In the courtroom last night, I did not just defend you against him. I defended you against the pattern. I broke its claim over your timeline. I revoked the inheritance of romantic disappointment that has been flowing down your family tree. From this night forward, you are not your mother. You are not your aunt. You are not your grandmother in the part of your story where they suffered. You can honor them. You can love them. You can carry the wisdom they earned. But you do not have to carry their wound. The wound stops at your generation. I am the one who stopped it. The blood of my son was the seal. Michael remains on guard. The wall of fire I have placed around your home has not lowered. The gates of your heart are sealed by the blood. And no spirit operating under that old assignment can cross the threshold without authorization that I will never grant. Type angels guard my heart in the comments. Every word is a watchpost being set up. Every declaration is a stake being driven into the ground around your future. There is something coming that I want to prepare you for. This man, when he senses that he is losing his grip on you, will make a final move. It may be a sudden romantic gesture. It may be a long emotional message. It may be a confession of feelings he never expressed before. It may be an apology for something he never apologized for. It may be a moment that feels almost cinematic, where everything in you wants to soften and lean back in. I am telling you now, so you will be ready. That moment is not a sign that he has changed. That moment is a strategy. Some men, when they sense a woman walking away, perform the final scene of the relationship they should have built all along, hoping the performance will be enough to keep her. Then, once she stays, the performance dissolves and the old pattern returns within weeks. Do not fall for the final scene. The final scene is a desperation tactic. The man who actually loves you will not need a final scene because he will have been showing up consistently the whole time. There will be nothing left to perform. When the final scene happens, I want you to do 3 things. First, breathe. Do not respond immediately. Give it a full day, then sleep on it. Pray on it. Bring it to me before you bring it to him. Second, ask yourself one question. Has he changed in his actions over the last 6 months? Or has he only changed in his words right now? Actions over months are evidence. Words in a moment are weather. Third, remember Michael is still standing there, sword drawn between you and him. Picture Michael in that exact moment when the message arrives. Let your imagination see the angel before it sees the message. That is how a daughter of God reads her phone in a moment of seduction. She lets the angel filter the words before her heart does. Type, I receive the rescue in the comments. Heaven is listening tonight. And the angels are recording every yes that rises up from my daughters who have decided they would rather walk away with their dignity than walk forward with their delusion. I want to speak now about the man I am actually preparing for you, because I do not want this message to leave you in fear. Fear is not from me. Discernment is from me. Vigilance is from me. But fear, the kind that whispers no one good will ever come, is from the same accuser who tried to use this charming man as a weapon against you. So let me cancel the fear with truth. There is a man, he exists. He is real. He is not a fantasy. I am dangling in front of you to keep you obedient. He is a flesh and blood human being walking on this earth right now, and his life has been intersecting with yours quietly for some time. You have not met him yet, or you have met him briefly and did not notice him, or you have known him as a friend and not yet seen him as a possibility. He is being prepared. I am sanding off the edges that needed to be sanded. I am healing wounds in him that would have made him unsafe for you a year ago. I am teaching him patience. I am teaching him to hear my voice. I am teaching him how to honor a woman who has been through what you have been through. He is not flashy. He may not be the type of man your younger self would have noticed. Your younger self chased excitement, and excitement betrayed her every time. The man I am preparing carries something better than excitement. He carries weight. He carries the kind of presence that does not need to perform. He will not text you constantly to prove he is interested. He will text you steadily because a steady is who he is. He will not flatter you to win you. He will tell you the truth and let the truth do the winning when he sits in a room with you. You will not feel the buzzing energy that the wrong man brought. You will feel a quietness that almost surprises you. You will think, where is the noise? The noise is gone, my child, because the noise was never love. The noise was the friction of two unhealed people grinding against each other and calling the friction passion. What you are about to step into is not friction, it is fit. Do not rush to find him. Do not download the apps with frantic energy. Do not start scanning every man in the grocery store. Live your life. Heal, pray, take walks. Cook meals you actually enjoy, sleep deeply. Laugh with your friends. Forgive yourself for the seasons you stayed too long with the wrong people. The right one will arrive at the right time and you will not have to chase him, because I am the one moving him toward you. My timing is not slow. My timing is exact. What feels like delay is shelter. What feels like silence is preparation. What feels like absence is me refusing to let the wrong version of this promise reach you. Stay yielded. Stay attentive. Keep showing up to your own life with dignity. The right man is being prepared in rooms you cannot see. And when the door opens, you will know. Not because of fireworks, because of peace. And when peace arrives in human form, do not panic. Do not sabotage it because it does not match the chaos you grew used to. Do not pick fights to test it. Do not run from the calm. Sit in the calm. Let the calm prove itself. The calm is the answer to every prayer you whispered over the kitchen sink at midnight. Receive the calm. We are almost finished, but I want you to make a final declaration before we close. This is the most important one of the night. I want you to say something out loud or under your breath, slowly like a daughter signing a covenant in front of her father. By the authority given to me as a daughter of the living God, I release every cord, every soul tie, every emotional residue connecting me to the wrong man. I sever every fantasy I have built about him. I cancel every word I spoke over my life that aligned with his version of me. I receive Michael's protection over my heart, my home, my phone, my dreams, and my body. I refuse to be the soft place where wounded men come to avoid healing. I am not a hospital for unrepentant hearts. I am a daughter being prepared for a king-hearted man. And until he arrives, I belong to my Father, and my Father alone keeps the keys to my heart. Amen. Type it is done in the comments. Not because the situation is over, but because in the spiritual realm what has been declared is already finished. You are speaking the language of heaven, my child. Heaven receives it. Heaven seals it. Michael drives the stake in. The verdict stands. Now sleep tonight, my daughter. Sleep deep. Sleep, the sleep of a woman who has finally been told the truth and decided to believe it. When his message comes tomorrow, and it will come, you do not have to answer immediately. You do not have to answer kindly. You do not have to answer at all. You owe him nothing but the silence I have been training in you for weeks. Walk in peace. Walk in dignity. Walk slowly because the right man walks slowly. And you will need to recognize his pace when he arrives. The hurried man is not your man. The breathless chase is not your love story. The frantic attention is not your sign. Your sign will be calm. Your sign will be steady. Your sign will be the kind of presence that does not need to ask whether it is welcome, because it carries my fingerprints, and you will recognize my fingerprints anywhere. I love you, my child. I have always loved you. Long before you knew my name, I knew yours. Long before you prayed your first prayer, I had already answered it. The wrong men of your past did not waste you. They prepared you. The lonely seasons did not forget you. They sharpened you. The disappointments did not disqualify you. They equipped you. You are ready now. You are clearer now. You are more yourself now than you have ever been. And the right man will be drawn to that exact version of you. The one you almost stopped believing was lovable. She is lovable, my child. She is wildly lovable. And the man I am sending will say so without being asked to sleep now. Michael remains at your door. The verdict stands. The pattern is broken. The future is open. Walk in. I love you. I am proud of you. Go.